Hey guys, Kill Hour here, and I have a question. If you saw this, how would you rate it? Easy question, right? You'd go for the doors. Well, let's take a look at that. For those of you keeping score at home, that's 19 rockets instead of the 15 it would have taken to go through the wall. Of course, a base you can't get into is useless no matter how strong it is, so here's some video from before we blew it up, showing that you can in fact get in. So what's going on here? Vending machines can be rotated after they're placed if they're empty and you have building privilege. They also move slightly depending on how they're rotated, and this means their collision mesh also moves. This was a fairly well-known exploit a couple of years ago, so Facepunch changed their collision mesh so it would be in the same place no matter how it's rotated. Except, it's still not quite perfect. There's just enough movement of the collider to allow a vending machine to act as a door if it's placed just right, and that's what we're exploiting here. I'm going to show you two different ways to build this, one with sheet metal walls and one with armored walls. First, the sheet metal. First rule is to always leave the floor twig until you know it works. This requires very precise placement, and it may take a couple of tries to get it right, so you may need to break the floor to destroy the vending machine and try again. You want to make sure the wall the vending machine will go against is stone to start. This will give you a flat surface to look at when you're placing the vending machine. You want to place the vending machine facing away from you. You will know you have it dead in the center when the horizontal lines for the vents disappear. You don't want it completely against the wall, however. Look down slightly to bring the machine one notch away from the wall for correct placement. After you place the machine, you'll be trapped. Open the machine's inventory once to allow you to rotate it. When the machine is facing you, you should be able to barely slip by. The tighter the fit, the better. Run back and forth at least a dozen times to make sure the placement is correct. You may need a sprint to get by it. One of the added benefits of this is it's likely that somebody trying to sneak by will get stuck. They'll probably have to suicide to get out. Next is the armored walls. You'll notice the armored door frame is thicker on one side than the other. This is what we're going to exploit here. You want the vending machine right up against the hard side of the door frame. It should be touching it, but not clipping through. You'll know the placement is right because it will like to clip in place and stay there. If you place it right, the rest should be the same as with sheet metal walls. In my opinion, armored walls are a better way to go than sheet metal. This is for two reasons. First, the vending machines are actually stronger than a sheet metal wall, which means you will destroy the door frame before you destroy the vending machine. Second, in my experience, armored walls are a much tighter and more consistent fit, making it less likely a raider will be able to squeeze through. Because of how precise this needs to be to work correctly, it's likely server latency will play a part in whether it works. I recommend practicing and testing before you commit to using this on your actual base. Note that placing a door requires the vending machine to be rotated away from you here. As always, I look forward to seeing how people use this and adapt it to their base. I hope to see it in the wild again before they fix it for real this time. Thanks for watching and take care.